We've got the Professional Precision Adjust Elite here, and Workshop says that this is a big improvement over the original Professional Precision Adjust. But is it really, or is it just a fancy new case and some new stones? Tom here at Sharpening Supplies, and so we're going to be testing out the Professional Precision Adjust. We're going to use it on a super steel knife. Hang around to the end of the video and I'll let you know my thoughts on whether or not you should get the Professional Precision Adjust Elite, or if you'd be better suited with the Professional Precision Adjust. Workshop's claiming this is the most complete sharpening system yet, and I think it's a really good system, but what makes a complete sharpening system? I would say it comes down to three things. You've got versatility. Can it sharpen all of the things that you want it to sharpen? I'd say precision. Can it give you repeatable results? And then the third one would be ease of use. Do you like using it? Is it easy to use? If it is, you're more likely to use it. So let's have a look at that. So the Professional Precision Adjust Elite, it still uses the original Professional Precision Adjust as the core of the system, and it's a very versatile sharpener. So it's got the jaws that will accept knives up to 1/4 of an inch thick. The abrasive arm is long enough to sharpen knives with an edge up to 18 inches. It's got lots of nice features that mean you can sharpen a lot of different knives on it. Now, in terms of precision, it's got that in its name. It's a very repeatable sharpener. I think this little gadget is my favorite one of all. So it's just a digital angle gauge. You turn it on, zero it out on the workbench that you're sharpening on, and then it attaches to the abrasive arm, and it will tell you to within 1/4 of a degree what angle you're sharpening at. So it makes it really easy for accurate and repeatable results. And then the last thing that I mentioned was ease of use. It's a very easy to use sharpener. The jaws are padded and very easy to hold open and fit a knife into. The magnetic abrasive holder makes switching grits really easy. It's got nice little features like it will hold the abrasive arm up here out of the way when you're not using it. The jaws, they swivel that allow you to sharpen both sides really easily. And then if you've got a particularly long knife, you can tilt the whole thing back and then turn the jaws around. So really easy to use sharpener. But all of this is there with the original Professional Precision Adjust. What is actually new? So there are three main upgrades. You've got a new rugged case, you've got 3 extra fine grit resin bonded diamond stones, and you've got a plain leather strop. So those are the new changes, but do they actually make it a better sharpening experience? Let's find out. So first is the new case. It's really solid. Personally, I think it's a little bit bulky, but it's nice to have everything labeled and in its place. And if you're really hard on your gear, it's going to protect it. And this is where things get interesting. The new resin bonded diamond plates. With these, you've got a mixture of resin and diamonds. So these act a little bit like a water stone. As you wear down the surface, that resin will wear away and it will expose fresh diamond abrasives. So these will keep cutting really fast until you completely use them up. And these diamond plates, they go up to 3000 grit. You've got a 1200 grit, a 2000 grit, and a 3000 grit. Interestingly, Workshop have also mixed chromium oxide into the resin, which they say helps give an extra polish, and we'll find out when we use them. And then finally, we've got a plain leather strop. We're about to start using this, and I'll tell you why this is a pretty cool upgrade once we get around to using it. To test the new Professional Precision Adjust Elite, I'm going to be using a Spyderco knife in Maxamet. Now, if you know, you know. If you don't, Maxamet, it is a super abrasive resistant steel. So it's supposed to keep its edge for really long, but sharpening essentially is abrading the steel. So this will resist sharpening. We'll see if these new diamond resin plates do a good job of sharpening this tough to sharpen steel. So I've already sharpened this knife using everything that comes with the original Professional Precision Adjust. So I started at the 220 grit and I worked my way up to the ceramic hone, and I've sharpened this at 17 degrees per side. So this gives a really nice edge. It's close to being mirror finish. It's not quite full mirror, and it gives a really good score off the Edge On Up Best Tester. What I want to test now is to see how much of a better edge these diamond resin plates will give, plus using the new plain leather strop. So like all of Worksharp's other abrasives, these just affix magnetically, and you can use them in exactly the same way. Workshop recommend that you use just a little bit of water on these, so just a tiny bead and enough to wet the surface. This will be my first time using them, so I'm really interested to see what they feel like, especially compared to the original Professional Precision Adjust diamond plates. So let's check that we're at 17 degrees here. So they definitely feel smoother than the original diamond plates, which makes sense because this is a finer grit. Don't appear to be loading up particularly quickly, which is nice. So I can feel a very slight burr on one side already, so I can flip that over, just straighten that burr out a bit. Okay. Whenever I use the Professional Precision Adjust, while I'm still working through the grits, I'll work in a zigzag pattern. I've made sure that I've moved the rubber stops so that the abrasive isn't going to fall off the edge of the knife. And so it's really nice and easy to use with those adjusted correctly. Maybe a touch more water. Really exciting filmmaking this. Cool. All right, I'm going to switch grits now. Go from the 1200 to the 2000. So you do get a little bit of slurry with these. So a mix of the resin that's being abraded away and the steel. So a little bit of mud. So those diamond resin stones do a really good job. They feel really nice and smooth. And they've also done a really good job of removing those deeper scratches that have been left by those previous coarser grits. Now the last stage is the third improvement that Workshop have made with this, and this is the plain leather strop. With the original Professional Precision Adjust, you get a rough leather strop that's preloaded with the green chromium oxide stropping compound. Because you get a plain one with the Elite, this means you can use whatever stropping compound you want. So if you really like using diamonds, you could put a diamond emulsion on here. It does come with some green honing compound, so that does mean this is still a complete sharpening kit. You can continue to use this. I really like green honing compound, works really well on pretty much all steels. So the Professional Precision Adjust Elite has done a really good job on this Maxamet steel. It's definitely a lot shinier if you like the aesthetics of a mirror polished bevel. These extra grits are definitely going to get you there, and it's managed to get it sharper, which is also great. So after all that, is the Professional Precision Adjust Elite an upgrade that you need? Well, there's some really great things about this. These new resin bonded diamond stones are really great. When the original came out back in 2023, everybody wanted finer grits, and they've now delivered with that up to 3,000 grits. You can get a really good mirror polish with what comes with the kit. The fact that they're resin bonded is also great, and so they're going to act a little bit more like waterstones, and adding chromium oxide into the mix is also a really cool touch. The plain leather strop adds an extra level of customizability, so you can put on whatever stropping compound you want, but there is stropping compound included. So then the not so good, I would say the same with the Professional Precision Adjust, is that it takes a bit of time to set up. So if you're just doing quick touch-ups, using a system like this, it's not the quickest one. And then the other thing is that this is just an upgrade. It's not a revolution. Workshop went from the Precision Adjust to the Professional Precision Adjust. It was a huge change. The Professional Precision Adjust to the Elite Professional Precision Adjust, it's not a huge change, but they have added some really nice upgrades. So who is this for? If you've got some super steel knives, or you've got a collection of high-end knives that you really want looking their best, yes, this is for you. If you just want to put a good working edge on your pocket knives and other knives, then the original Professional Precision Adjust will do great. Even the Precision Adjust is still a good choice if you want a more budget option. And then finally, anyone who has already bought the Professional Precision Adjust, you can get the extra abrasives and the strop as an upgrade kit, so you don't have to buy everything again. So I'll leave links to everything in the description below, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think the Professional Precision Adjust Elite is an upgrade worth getting over the original Professional Precision Adjust? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe for more sharpening content.